welcome Wanderers to part 9 of our top 10 albums that influenced our musical taste. We have been going at this 8 straight days. This is the 9th, and we're excited to bring you 3 more albums that you should be listening to. They're all albums that we find important and influenced our musical taste.
Absolutely.
So, good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Howdy, hey.
Hey, we're nearing the end of the week. How's your week gone so far?
Well,
good. Fast.
Yeah.
Very
fast.
Love it. If they all could go this fast, get us back to the weekend, wouldn't that be
I
awesome?
feel like the older I get, the faster time goes. So I don't know if I love that.
Yeah. The slope is slippery, that's for sure. All right. Well, so far 23 albums. So doing really well. We'll see if we have any more crossovers tonight as we dig into our 9th day of our 10 most influential albums. Mr. Mundy, you are up.
Let it rip. Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes. We talked about this fairly recently on the show, and I think this was our first rebanding thing. But yeah, this is again this is like 1992. I am full steam ahead, metal maniac, just all heavy all the time. And then somehow I hear this song Crucify, and I like full, brake squealing, record scratching, stop, like what the hell is this? And man, I was I think if I came of age in a different time, I definitely would have been an emo kid. I was like the moody kind of, wannabe poet, super into everything dark and dreary. And it just, Tori got me all up in my feels, man. And I loved it, and I still love it. I had a chance after her second album came out. I saw her twice within a year's time, I think. And God, man, she's just amazing. I love her.
Yeah. I mean, and that's such a great album. Not that subsequent ones weren't, but gosh, yeah. And then we talked about it too on the rebanding, but you get to Me and a Gun, and you're like, this girl is like, she will not be ignored, I mean,
that is the only word to really describe that is heavy, but not in the way we normally talk about heavy.
Yeah. And it's all a cappella, right? The entire thing.
That song is, yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of powerful ladies in the 90s.
Yeah.
That came out. It was really cool. But she was a great one. I'm glad we got to do the rebanding. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
We'll have to get back to that as soon as we resume our regular programming. So, all right. So Metalhead Monday goes with Tori Amos. Who saw that one coming?
Well, I mean, I started with Billy Joel, so
it's true.
Your cred's on some shaky ground right now.
We changed to Moody Monday.
I'll take that.
Teen Angst Monday. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, we're not going to cross over with my number 9. Mine is Jeff Buckley, and the album was Grace. This was one of those, and I know you guys know, but for people out there who maybe are a little younger, when you would go to the record store, they would have these places set up. It would be a little station, and they'd have a CD playing, and you could put the headphones on. And this is one, I can distinctly remember 2 albums that I went in, had no idea who they were, and I bought them. This was one, and Naveed from Our Lady Peace was the other one. And this was so unique. It was the strangest thing I'd ever heard, because I'm thinking there's a couple of songs that are a little bit heavier, then you got Hallelujah, Lilac Wine. I mean, this guy is crooning. He's got this big, beautiful voice, but then he also can hit it pretty hard. The thing I ended up falling in love with is when he was live, he was just so real. He just went. There was nothing canned. It was all about emotion and feeling. And he had a second record that was coming out, but didn't get to finish it. He died in a river.
Right.
Just impulsive. That was him. He was like an impulsive, creative artist guy, and he just jumped in the river to have fun and passed away. So, but that record is fantastic, and he was something special. And I think, you know, liking somebody like Connor Mason today maybe has a little bit to do with that. Very similar voice. So
yeah, the influences. It's, you know, that's what it's about. I remember when we kind of lived close together, you know, when you were just down the street. I knew who Jeff Buckley was, and I listened to a song here and there. But you told me you got to check out this live. I can't remember what it was, but there was one particular live concert performance, and after I watched that, then I went back and started digging in. And yeah, I mean, Grace is such a good album. But I would not have found that if you wouldn't have mentioned that. It would have just been in my peripheral.
Well, I wouldn't have found it if I didn't just stumble upon a station in, you know, in Indianapolis, a little station with headphones. You pop it on, you're like, what the hell is this? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So that was cool. That was a fun way to find stuff back then.
Well, those listening stations, I mean, that goes all the way back to at least the 60s, because they used to have them. They were more like a phone booth you could go into and put the record on and listen to it before you buy it, or, you know, something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did
not
not
know that.
Nope. All right. Teabags, you ready?
I don't remember what my number 9 is, so I'm not ready, but I will here in a second.
Sarah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Which is perfect because I just went and saw her, and she was actually retouring this album. It was like a 30-year anniversary, so she did a bunch of fun songs up front, and then she played the album in its entirety after that. So, but I remember, you know, I think coming off the 90s, there was a lot of, like we said, strong women, you know, and they had something to say, and it was a little bit more gritty, which was great. More power to them. Liz Phair was one of those ones that was just awesome to me back then. But Sarah was like, okay, I'm somehow now just in love, and her voice was totally its own instrument too, on top of everything. And then the lyrics were good, and then, you know, so I am one of those like moody guys, you know, and I gravitate, I think, towards like the melancholy, which was kind of interesting because this had like a subdued sound, but it had a lot of, you know, hopeful messages in it. It was a weird thing for me to like. I kind of I think part of me wanted to not like it just because it sounded like something that wasn't gonna be cool in my CD rack, you know. But I still love it to this day. My wife and I had our first dance to the title song, and
nice.
Yeah, and she's still performing at the same level.
Yeah, that is an amazing record. Mary and I used to listen to that a ton when we first got together, mid 90s. Amazing record, and she's got a beautiful voice. So.
Absolutely. I have a. I'm going to sneak in here and be fun fact guy. So fun fact about Sarah McLachlan, she saved DMC's life from Run DMC.
What? Really?
He has told the story several times that he was down and out. He was, you know, on the verge of suicide, just completely done with life. And somehow he heard Sarah McLachlan, and it just totally brought him out of it. Her voice just totally snapped him out of everything. He dove deep into her music, and it literally saved his life. And he ended up reaching out to her and telling her his story, and they're super friends now. And I think they did a song together at some point, but yeah, so they're good friends now, and he loves her.
I did not know that. That's really cool. She also has saved several million dogs' life.
We hope.
ASPCA, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, at her concert, we were wondering what she was going to be pushing as far as her charity stuff goes. But she has a school for like musicians and arts and stuff, and it's totally funded by charitable donations. And they played a lot of like clips and stuff from the kids and what they do there, and it was really cool. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
nice.
I would say go check out what she's doing now with that kind of stuff.
All right. Just to catch up,
yeah.
After 9, I've noticed a couple of days that we really were in sync. You spend enough time with people, you kind of get in the flow. Girls, but anyway, so on day 4, we chose Ozzy, Iron Maiden, and Metallica. We all went heavy on day 4.
Okay.
Day 5, we chose 3 groups that are all friends: Anthrax, Public Enemy, and Beastie Boys.
Okay.
And
today, Anthrax has covered both of those.
See? And then today we all picked powerful singers.
There you go.
Isn't that weird how that meshed up like that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice analysis, Steve.
Thank you. That's why I'm writing them down.
It is totally coincidental too, because we're going chronological in the by when these albums were released. So it's not like we planned that at all.
Yeah. And I made sure I didn't see anybody's choices when I was selecting mine because I didn't want to be influenced. So
yeah.
Well, nobody saw mine, so
yeah,
I could have cheated.
I could have called my sister.
I'll show her nothing. No, she probably does have all my passwords, but hey, whatever. Yeah. All right. Okay, that's it. We are down to the finale tomorrow night, Friday. It's day 10 of our 10 most influential albums. You guys ready for it?
Can't wait.
All right. We're going to do our final one, and then we're going to throw in each, without a lot of commentary, an extra few honorable mentions, just so because it was really hard to narrow down to 10. That's why.
Yeah, for sure.
It's really about us. So there you have it. All right. Make sure you check us out. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast and subscribe to YouTube if you like to watch the show there. We would appreciate it. We really love some comments and some feedback. So let us know how we're doing. That is it. Anything else, gentlemen, before we head out?
No,
ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. All right. We will see you back here for number 10 tomorrow. Bye now.